Friday Night Smackdown from Lexington, Kentucky started off with John Cena, the last real champion, which means he's now got 16 dates left. But we didn't just see him once on tonight's show. But we'll get into that later. John would have a pretty decent promo, talk about how he brought people to care about Randy Orton versus John Cena because of the nostalgia. How he brought a different side out of Cody. Would mock R-Truth, or Ron Killings as people like to say. I would see how now he's made cmpunk interesting again. Honestly, I didn't think Cena's promo was that bad at all. In fact, I'm starting to enjoy him as a heel, finally. It's only taken, 3 flipping months. But this was just a chaotic segment, because I think we all knew what was going to happen. I think we all knew someone was going to interrupt him. John talked about his Mount Rushmore. John Cena, and John Cena. Selfish, arrogant prick. And of course, Cody Rhodes would come out. And he said, right, you're a genius 25-year plan. But you forgot one thing, that on Saturday, you were looking up at the lights at the man who pinned you in the center of this ring. And Cody came out with some fire. Came out with some great lines. It, again, makes a good point. He just pinned Cena, so I don't know why Cody's in this King of the Ring tournament. Also, if Gunter got a rematch against Jey Uso so quickly, because he pinned Pat McAfee, why doesn't Cody get a rematch? Where are we going with this? Make it logical. I get Cody in the King of the Ring, cool, and I get Cody's going to win that, and I don't know I'm happy about that. And I get Sammy's going to lose to Randy Orton because of a Karrion Kross storyline. Which is going to piss me off, because Sammy should take the title off Gunter. They have a perfect story, which I think they can do, which I'll have in another video. But yeah, Cody talked on the mic basically about Cena. He said, Cena, you're in my plans now. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that title back. John Rushmore, where does that leave you and I? And then Randy Orton came out, and this was great, because it'd been the first time we've seen Randy since Backlash, which was 5 weeks ago. No idea where Randy's been. This was cool. He said, Cody, I love you as a brother, but you know damn well I will go through anyone to get to my 15th world title. Basically spoiling the fact that Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes are going to be in the final of the King and Queen in the Ring tournament in Saudi Arabia. Yep, thanks WWE. Good spoiler. Randy in the final for the 2nd year in a row. Randy losing the final for a 2nd year in a row. Cool, thanks. I just don't see how Cody doesn't get on the pay-per-view. It wouldn't make sense for Cody to not be on it. So I think Cody would definitely be in the final. And I think Randy's in the final. I don't think Sammy gets to the final. So does Sammy not wrestle in Saudi Arabia? It's very possible. Yeah, Randy and Cody, look, I want the match, okay? Look, I'm very excited for the match. But I'm also a Sami Zayn fan, so I'm conflicted. But this wouldn't be it. Cena would walk out after LA Knight would come out and chat some gospel, whatever he said, and then said, Cena's a balding bitch. Just go watch the promo, because it was a really fun opening segment. And then R-Truth, aka Ron Killings, would attack John Cena from behind, and this is a much more serious version of R-Truth, and I like it. Which led into the first match for the King of the Ring qualifiers, Carmelo Hayes versus LA Knight versus Aleister Black versus Randy Orton. And I thought, okay, it's pretty obvious who's going to win this match. Randy Orton. And I was right. Randy Orton picked up the win. Randy Orton's facing Sami Zayn. Cool. Pretty cool match. Hopefully Sami wins, but I can see Randy definitely winning. Randy won with a mid-air RKO, which was sick. Awesome way to win again. I thought Carmelo Hayes wasn't going to get the win because of Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker annihilating LA Knight. But no, Carmelo went for nothing but net, and Randy caught him out mid-air with an RKO, which was sick. Great finish, and Randy Orton picks up the win by pinning LA Knight. But yeah, the rumours of Bronson Reed Bron Breakker, Seth Rollins, all now in the feud of LA Knight. Well, that seems to be definitely true. That it's happening right now. Jacob Fatu would have a promo next, and I just don't get how he's become a babyface so quickly. But I also love him. He's just great. He talks about, so you don't talk about your family behind your back. If you don't fit in where you get in, then he's going to come after you. And then so Sikoa interrupted this, and he didn't come into the ring, which I thought was going to happen. I was waiting for his theme to hit the whole time. It seems to be back in his like tribal chief kind of gimmick. He's got JC Mateo in the back looking like a henchman, really. Don't know what we're doing with that guy. Okay. And he said, Solo, I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself next week. You come into the ring, I'll hold out my arms to embrace you. You just say those 4 words, I love you, Solo. Yeah, but it ain't gonna fucking happen. We're gonna see either Hikuleo, who was on a dark match with SmackDown, or Jacob's just gonna dominate them. Solo's gimmick, though, is still very good. I think they've struck gold with Solo's gimmick now. Jacob looked confused as hell. There's no way Jacob's gonna go back to Solo, right? Surely not. Zelina Vega says she wants Julia one-on-one in the ring next week, because she's not here this week. Even though she was literally in a dark match before SmackDown started, and we all knew that. So I was kind of expecting Julia to attack from behind, but that didn't happen. Chelsea Green was on the phone saying she couldn't make the match as well, and Zelina just muted her. I don't know if that means we're still going with that feud, but yeah. Zelina, count your days, because Julia's taking that title. Jade Cargill will be in action next against Piper Niven, Mishin, and Nia Jax in a quite fun Queen of the Ring qualifier. Wade Barrett got destroyed by Jade Cargill. Nia and Piper threw Jade across the commentary table and into Wade. That was quite a funny moment. And Nia and Piper worked really well actually in this match. Look, Michin was about to get pinned by Piper, and then Jade came out of nowhere, hit the Jaden on Piper, and would qualify for the next round, which means she'll be facing Roxanne Perez. Yeah, unlucky Roxanne, I don't think you're winning this one. Naomi would have her in-ring promo next after winning the Money in the Bank, and I just want to say they've struck gold with her gimmick as well. It's perfect. The laughing, the maniacal plans, everything. But she made some great points. Tiffany Stratton cost her so many times last year when she was trying to beat Nia Jax for the championship. And now Tiffany's won the championship. She's going to do exactly what Tiffany did to her. It's genius. It's absolutely genius. Proceed with caution. Tiffany time. Clock in, because it's done. I don't know when Naomi's going to cash in, though. It could be a while. But it would make sense for it to be on Tiffany Stratton. It wouldn't make sense for it to be on anyone else. So does that mean Tiffany's going to be holding it for a bit longer now? Probably. But then Tiffany came out, and they had a little confrontation. And Nia Jax would get up out of nowhere, so she's just been chilling on the outside. Would attack Tiffany Stratton, and it looked like Naomi was about to cash in. And I was like, no bitch, you're not cashing in. No. So we're not seeing the cash in yet. And that made people online think it might be a while. I'm not sure. The White Six will be in action next against the Motor City Machine Guns and will pick up a win. I have to say they did look a bit rusty, but they've been away for so long. It didn't help them being away for so long. Hopefully they get back up to full fitness in their next match. John Cena would be still on the show, and he was asking Jimmy Uso where R-Truth was. Jimmy said, I don't know. Where Ron Killings was, I don't know where either of them are. What are we doing with Jimmy now? Like, what are we doing with him? Maybe we do need the Usos back together, because Jimmy's like a lost soul right now. Cena wanted R-Truth to come out, and instead cmpunk just turned up. Yeah, of all the people I expected to come out, I didn't expect Punk to come out. Great reaction for Punk. And we had a lovely promo battle between the two of them, with Punk basically saying, it's roles reversed for 2011. You're trying to walk away from the company with the championship. I did that. We are literally reliving the summer of Punk one more time. These two are great on the mic together. Another thing you definitely go and watch is their promo segments. They are just brilliant. And yeah, I guess it's CM Punk said, I will travel you to Mars, I will travel you to hell to fight for that championship. It seems like the match is official. Punk's going to Saudi to wrestle John Cena because he wants to save wrestling. Fair enough. I'm all for a match between CM Punk, John Cena, and Saudi Arabia. You've done it. You've put me excited. And as Cena would try and walk away, it was simple, very simple. We knew what was going to happen. Yeah, Ron Killings would attack him one more time, putting the STF on him. CM Punk would say, I'm sorry, call him back to the Elimination Chamber. And he went, but the truth hurts. So either they don't have Punk, Cena at Night Champions, instead he gets written off next week, or we are doing this match. But we also are doing R-Truth, or Ron Killings versus John Cena on SmackDown next week. So that'd be fun. Alexa Bliss picked up the win in the Queen of the Ring qualifier. I didn't expect it. I thought for sure Charlotte Flair was going to win. There's no way Charlotte's not going to be on another pay-per-view in a row. I was wrong. Perfect ending as well. Charlotte had got Alba Fire into the figure 8 leg lock, and I thought, alright, Alba's instantly tapping. And then suddenly Alexa Bliss appears out of nowhere, hits Candice LeRae with the sister Abigail, and she gets the pin, and then Alba taps after the pinfall. It was a great way to have this match won by Alexa. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk have an interaction backstage, saying we can't keep avoiding each other forever. WrestleMania 42, or the Summerslam main event. Punk should beat Cena. Cena doesn't need to be champion the whole time. Please, give me this match. So for next week, we have Asuka versus Ivanhoe versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Stephanie Vicker. The winner will face Alexa Bliss. I'd like it to be Stephanie, but I think it could be Asuka. And for the men, it's Sheamus versus Rusev versus Bronson Reed versus, yes, the surprise fourth man, main event Jey Uso. I don't know how I feel about that one. Unless we get in a match, which would be quite cool, I want. Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn is in the semi-finals, again on SmackDown next Friday. Please, Sami, win, but it's going to be Randy. I don't see a SmackDown star losing to a Raw star on a SmackDown show. Yeah, it's going to be Randy. R-Truth is confirmed to be facing John Cena, not for the championship again. I feel like down the line we get him for the title. It'd be cool. And Alexa Bliss will be facing, I would hope, Stephanie Vicker. Cody Rhodes would end up picking up the win in the men's King of the Ring tournament qualifier. He beat Damian Priest, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Andrade in a very fun Fatal 4-Way. I love the Fatal 4-Ways. I think they need to do more tournaments with like Fatal 4-Way and triple threats and one-on-one matches, because this was so much better. So Cody Rhodes will be facing the winner of Bronson Reed, Jey Uso, Sheamus, or Rusev. Could it be Cody D. Jey? Maybe. And then you have Sami Randy. I don't know. I just don't know how you don't have Sami on a Saudi show. Because like he's been at everyone since he was allowed to go into that country. He was at Crown Jewel. He didn't have a match, to be fair. Last time, actually, Crown Jewel, he didn't have a match, but he got involved in the Bloodline stuff. And then had Raw the next day, where he was very much involved. He was at Night of Champions last year because he was defending the IC title. And the year before, I think he had the tag titles with Kevin Owens. And then he faced JD McDonough as well on the pre-show match. They always tried to get Sami basically in Saudi, since he's been allowed to go there. So, I don't know, it'd be weird if they don't have him. I mean, they literally love him there. He's like their local guy. So, it's like when they had Mansoor, and they always booked him there. I think Sami will be booked for Saudi. For what though? I don't know. Maybe it's against Karrion Kross, or maybe it's against Seth's group. Because they could probably cost him his match against Randy. I think Randy Cody is the final. Unless Cody Paul gets shockingly beaten by Jay, because I'd assume it would be Jay winning the Raw one. Who knows? We'll have to see. Would it be two face? Would it just be faces in the fight? No, it can't be face. Well, if both champions are heels, maybe it is. Who knows? But if it's Randy Cody in the final, both of them are going after Cena, so you'd think no one cares about the World Heavyweight title. Who knows? But that was the SmackDown review. Very good show. A very good week for WWE. SmackDown being good for once is crazy. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you for Raw. Bye for now.